popular pizza type which has a thick crust with yummy liquid or molten cheese inside. Cheese stuffed crust, or should we call it cheese burst? Cheese is like a soul of the pizza. It kinds of adds all that to a pizza. Pizza busting with liquid cheese is a dream come true for cheese lovers. The topping and the spread varies to each one's choice. Come on, let's get started. Let's start off the process. We start off with getting the yeast ready. Take a mixing bowl, add a cup of warm milk, 2 spoons of dry yeast powder, 1 spoon of sugar. Mix all the ingredients together and set it aside for 10 to 15 minutes for the yeast to be formed. Now, to get the dough ready, take a bowl, add in 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 spoon of salt and pour in the nicely formed yeast. Mix all this well and knead it into a dough to make the base for our pizza. Set the dough aside by covering it with a wet towel for 2 hours. The activated yeast feeds on the sugar and makes the dough raise. After 2 hours, take the dough and knead it up a little and divide the dough into 4 parts using a knife and fold it up again as you can see. We are dividing the dough into smaller portions as it is easier to handle. Keep the dough balls in a bowl and apply some oil on the top and leave it again for half an hour by closing it with a wet towel. Now, after half an hour, as you can see, the dough is nicely raised. To a baking tray, place one of the dough balls and spread them evenly to form a circular base. Fold in the corners of the crust just to make sure that the corners are not very thin. To achieve a soft pizza-based crust, it is important to crack the dough making process, that is the formation of the yeast and in turn the raise of the dough. Now, take a fork and poke it all around the pizza base. This is to avoid the bubbles developing when we bake the pizza. Now, let's start the layering. Firstly, I am applying processed cheese completely over the dough. Over this, I am placing in the cheese slices evenly to cover throughout the dough. And over that, I am again applying a layer of processed cheese. This layering can be done according to your preferences or taste of cheese. Let's now place in a thin sheet of the dough. This is partially cooked on both the sides over a tawa. I am now placing it over and sealing the corners. Here we go, our cheese burst base is ready. Now to start the topping, initially I am spreading up the ranch dressing which is made of buttermilk, salt, garlic, onion, mustard, herbs and spices mixed with a base of mayo. This gives a good flavor, so I am using this one. This ranch dressing is readily available in the market. If you are not able to get it, then you can use the garlic sauce or any flavored mayo as an alternative. Over this, I am spreading out a bit of a shredded mozzarella cheese and I am topping it with some green and red bell pepper, some onions, some mushrooms and some pieces of chicken which have marinated and cooked over a pan. I am adding those and some boiled corn. Spread out some mozzarella over it and top it with some olives and jalapenos. The topping all depends upon your flavor and choices. Sprinkle it over with some mixed herbs or oregano. Brush the top with some red chili sauce or tomato sauce. This is totally optional. It's set now. Let's get into the baking. Preheat the oven to 250 degrees and bake the pizza for about 10 to 12 minutes. Just take out the pizza and check. Now as you can see, the pizza is perfectly baked and ready. Let us now cut them and have a look at the cheesy base. It's baked to perfect and so cheesy. It's just yum. Our Bakeoff recipe, chicken cheese burst pizza, is now ready to be served. Pizza is everyone's favorite. What makes pizza so special? It's the ooey gooey cheese that covers the top, hot and bubbly, very tempting, makes everyone an addict to pizza. Try this cheesy one and let me know how it turns out for you.